guys, so if you are like me and you have hooded eyes, you know that this is a really unique problem that very few makeup tutorials actually address. But when we follow a normal makeup tutorial and they tell us to have this beautiful eyeshadow on, the moment we open our eyes, everything is gone. We are going to focus a lot on the eye makeup today, so I hope you're ready for a nice and detailed video. Please watch until the end, like, subscribe, and let me know if there's any other makeup look you want to try out. So first things first, whenever we're going to start with eye makeup, especially with hooded eyelids, we need to have a very clean canvas because when we have hooded eyes, it's really easy for us to blink and then everything smudge around. So in order to combat that, I do use this toner. I just use a normal paper towel. I spray it on like so. And then I lightly brush off any oils that are on my eyes. Okay, so now that it's clean, we are going to use the Kanzo San primer, and we're going to use that all over the eyelids up until the brow bone. You don't need to use too much, but just use enough where it can spread around your eyes. And this is a non-negotiable because this will help everything stay in place. Now to make sure everything for sure will not move, we also have the Eyeshadow powder. This is a setting powder and we're going to lightly brush it all over our eyelid. Now first off, we're going to start with our eyeshadow, and I would like to suggest this Can Make Silk Souffle Eyes. I've really liked this quadrant so far. I think it's easy, it gets to the point. I start with the color here that is the lightest matte color, and I will layer it all over my eye with a big fluffy brush to start. The key here is to look straight into the mirror, find where your brow bone is, and you want to go all the way up to there, and that will help us give the illusion that we have a lot more lid space. Now we're going to move on to our second quadrant right here, and this is a light mauve color, and we're going to use a denser brush like so. What we're going to do is we're going to look straight, and you're going to see your natural crease here. You want to outline that. And don't worry, we're just drawing it really roughly right now, just so I have an idea. So right about there. And what you want to do is you want to bring a little bit of a wing to that. Okay, so now we have the idea of it. Now we're going to blend it in. And when you blend this in, you really want to focus on the outer 2/3 of your eye. And you're just going to ever so slightly slowly blend it. Now we're going to continue on to the third color here. It is a darker brown. It's the darkest one out of the quadrant, and we're going to use that to emphasize our crease on the inner corners and outer corners as well as underneath our eye. Finally, I will be using the shimmer component of this quadrant. I am going to lightly pat this into my eyelid, only focusing on my real eyelid that is not going to be seen when I lift my eyes like this. And the reason for that is because we don't want the part beyond our eyelid to look puffy, and this way we can contain that puffiness. Now to really open up our eyes, we want to use the same shimmy powder in the corners of our eyes here, as well as inside of our crease here. I'm going to use the other side of this, and we're going to take this reddish colored brown underneath our eye, and we're going to draw a little line that will emphasize our Aegyosal, which is the fat underneath our eyes here, because it makes our eyes look a lot bigger. Now we're going to use this One Day Tattoo eyeliner to tightline our eyes. And then we're going to use this. This is an eyeliner I found from Miniso actually. It's a liquid eyeliner by the Miniso brand, and it's so thin, guys. Look at this. If you want a winged eyeliner, I suggest you use something very thin like this pen right here, and making sure that when you're drawing this, you actually keep your eyes open so you can see whether or not your line is going to cover your lid or not. So what I do is I like to keep it open but look slightly down, and then I like to pretend where it is, right? I like to imagine it. And we're just gonna put a little crease right here. So we're gonna do this. And we're we're gonna naturally just flick it out. And that's it. Now for the mascara, we are going to use a special eyelash curler. This is a shorter eyelash curler for Asian eyes specifically, and so it should fit better. Now when you're curling your lashes, you want to look downwards, get it on an angle like so, and then slowly put pressure on it towards the top like this. I am using the Judy Doll Curling Iron Mascara. It looks a little bit like this. It's very interesting. I probably would have never thought about this until I bought it, but it actually works really well for my Asian lashes. It picks it up very well, and it makes every one of them stand up on its own. So I do like this more than the big fluffy brushes that I usually get. All you need to do is kind of look down a little bit and then slowly just brush through them. I like to go in a zigzag motion like this. Now, what I like to do after I get it to this shape is I like to focus on the end lashes here on the end of my eyeliner. And so I'm going to pick up a little more product, and then I'm going to try and focus on elongating that part. Now for hooded eyes like I have, it's really important that you don't only focus on the top of your eyelids, but on the bottom as well. If you really want to widen your eyes, you need to make sure that the bottom lashes are also done very well. This way you're going to have both sides of your eyes very emphasized. We're going to do the same thing with the exact same mascara, and then we'll come back. Okay, so now let's balance out our eyes with some brows. I'm going to be using a Slim Liquid Eyeliner by Can Make. This is in the color brown to match my hair. And we're going to slowly draw in our fake eyebrows in little strands. And there you have it, one complete soft glam eye look. Now I'm going to finish the rest of my face, and I'm going to go put in some colored contacts. Here's the final look, proof that our hooded eyes can look beautiful. Trust me, if you do this, you'll still have your eyeshadow and everything else will perfectly frame your face. I hope you like this. Please let me know if you have any other makeup looks that you want to try. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below.